Super Jewelry Co. was going in a direction that you were uncomfortable with. I was feeling it as well initially. I didn't at first. I was like, cool, you found a niche, right? SoundCloud rappers. For those that don't know, SoundCloud rappers are underground rappers that just rap through SoundCloud, and they just build their fan base from there.
Yeah.
So I wasn't into that crowd. I didn't like acting like I was in high school again, being surrounded by that, knowing that I have to promote Super Jewelry Co. and our jewelries by going out there and dealing with these kids that just, I feel like I'm so mature for them, and they're still figuring life out.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't step down to their level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt it was stupid or something,
Yeah.
so I couldn't do it. So for different reasons, we both left Super Jewelry Co. just to concentrate on Kevin Levu photography.
Yeah.
And we also saw that the performance during that time of just putting a lot of energy in Super Jewelry Co. Like I would say, you put a lot. I put more than usual because it was like it was a different feeling. I remember we kept on raving. I was like, "This is cool. This is awesome."
Yeah.
At first and everything,
Yeah.
and then I started to see the performance of the KLV side, and then it could be many reasons. Like our cousin Jonathan, uh, he may felt neglected. Like, oh, we left the company or something to concentrate on something. They have an exit plan or something. Like people may have felt it.
Mhm.
I don't know what he felt. He's probably not speaking the full truth.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
there's probably many things.
Mm.
Since we neglected the company and the people within that company, there was like less interactions with us and our team in the KLV side. Um, yeah, there was a lack of support.
Mm.
So it could be many things.
How were you different?
Um, I was not calling continuously like all the time.
Yeah.
I was like my mind was somewhere else.
Mm.
Usually on the daily I'll be
You're not
like,
calling John continuously.
yeah, or like, hey,
Mm.
let's work on some stuff.
Because that's all you have to call, right? You
No,
just have
like
to call
usually
John.
it's like, hey, do you want to go? Let's work on some certain skills, or let's do this, let's do that.
But when did you guys ever do that?
Oh, we used to do it like before that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
But then I felt like myself, I was like changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like operating
Yeah.
two businesses,
Yeah.
so I couldn't handle to speak with my teammates on the KLV side.
Yeah. From what I remember, it was like whenever it was KLV time, you were thinking about Super, and
Yeah.
then when it was Super time, you were thinking about KLV.
Yeah,
And I was like, what?
it was weird.
Why?
It was weird.
Yeah, it was really frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we needed it. It was kind of like the last straw, which was great. It gave us, it gave you a true, I guess, like true proof
Mm-hmm.
that doing that pattern, which is something shiny and new and exciting, comes along,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be very tantalizing and addictive
Yeah.
in the beginning. But then once you get into the weeds of it, like the everyday task of it, like, are you willing to put in as much effort as you are with your own business?
As remember I told you my accountant, Mary would say, just concentrate on
thing.
one thing, and
Yeah.
this was like
And
6
she
years.
told you that before already.
Like way, like when I was young,
Yeah.
like super young,
Yeah.
like 23, 24, around
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
She's like, just concentrate on one thing.
Yeah.
And then I had to, we had to learn it. Everyone has to learn it their own way. Like,
Right.
even though you told them, is like, they're like, yeah, you have to just go through it
Yeah.
to feel it.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know why I went through it, you know?
Well, you know why? You just said it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when
When someone told you something,
yeah, it was
right?
so frustrating because it's like you're a
Like
proof
you know
of
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know it, but you still did it.
Yeah, and you'll do the same with other people. It's like, dude, I told you, don't do that, or I told you it's good. It should be this way.
Yeah.
And then like they just have to find out for themselves or something.
I think everyone does it, right?
You know, or whatever. And you're
Everyone
like,
does it, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I think it was really good, the fact that we were pushed to our brink in a way at that time, and now we're like
It's very similar to how our parents raised us, you know, and when your parents tell you to do something, right? But then, or they tell you not to do something and you still do it.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, I'm just talking about just in general.
Yeah.
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 I'm not sure how much you followed your parents, like rules back
It was
in the day.
never 100% like, oh, you tell me to do something and I don't do it. For
Yeah.
sure, it's not 100%.
Yeah.
I think you do your best too.
Yeah.
But then for whatever reason, your impatience, your ego, your id, your self-serving self, your selfish self, wants to
Experience
not
everything.
give a fuck about it and just
Yeah.
do whatever you want to do.
I think the main thing is people want that experience. They want to experience rock bottom. They want to experience the highs.
I don't think they
everything.
want to experience rock bottom, but they have to just experience whatever that is, and sometimes it leads to rock bottom.
And sometimes it leads to a
And
very
Yeah, whatever.
awesome area.
Yeah, so you just kind of like don't know, and that's the beauty of life.
Yeah. So, how would you? Is it great to do it just on your own? Just do it.
I think
Would you
yes,
suggest it?
for the first time, right? The problem is when it becomes a repeated pattern and you're not learning from your mistakes and you keep doing the same shit. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and there's the three. You know, you learned in psychology, like in college or whatever.
Yeah.
There's the id, the ego, and the whatever something. The three cornerstones of your psychology.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So the id is like the self-serving self, the selfish one, the one that doesn't care about anybody else except themselves.
This was like the 3 kids. I remember.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And the ego is something a little bit different. But a lot of times that's why I think it's great that we were pushed to that brink to recognize that pattern and to go, okay, let's really pay attention right now. 'Cause I would be the same way. It's just like before I told you I would just follow you and say yes. I want to break that pattern as well, where it's like, wait, is this a good idea? What reason are we doing this? And I try to now just be a little bit more conscious, just like random shit that you want to buy for the gym, right? It's like, well, why? Is this just in the whiskey? Is this just a grab for serving the selfish need to collect, the selfish need to have all the things? I just want to question why. I'm not sure if it is yes or no or whatever, but that's part of my job to balance us, I think. And hopefully, you do the same for me as well. So I think it's fine. Like the first time, yes, like I think Coverve was a great experiment. And then you learned whatever you had to learn there. And we did take some of those lessons that we took in Coverve into Super, right?
Mm-hmm.
We definitely did. We were like, oh, we don't want to really go through this, so let's all take personality tests and make sure that we're all speaking to each other fully, and we're not just talking about business, but we're also talking about the emotional side of business, which you guys didn't do that.
Yeah,
that was very helpful.
I think there's many things we learned in everything that we do. In Coverve, I learned more about lighting, studio stuff, technical stuff that I wouldn't need in weddings, and then I brought it to weddings.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to play with green screen.
Yeah.
Just challenge myself in photography. It definitely brought another world, and then I was able to apply in Super.
Yeah.
And Super brought a perspective of how to work as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how we team build and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and team decision making. We were pretty consistent trying to maintain that system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the
In the end,
in the end, I think we outgrew each other in a way. Not that it
Mhm.
fell apart. I think we just all evolved.
Mhm.
So for the time being, and since we were around each other so much, we lived so close, and we could really get a lot of shit done very quickly, which was our advantage. Tony grew, you grew, I grew, Cindy grew. Like we all kind of. I feel that's why I didn't feel sour about leaving. It's just like, dude, I see Tony. He didn't see it yet. I think before when we left, he didn't see that he could do it. He told us he was not confident yet to take it on. Like, can I do this without them? I was like, dude, you can. Because the hustle that he showed, that he's been showing on Instagram and whatever, like, I don't dig it, right? The culture, I don't dig it. But I dig his drive and his
Mhm.
passion for what he's doing. I don't need to hear it. I don't need to, like, be surrounded by it or anything because I don't dig it. But I do appreciate the person, the teammate that we both learned from, the both of us in our marriage, our friend. Like, I appreciate his hustle. That's what I really believed, and I saw that pretty early on that he could do that. And I was like, you know what, me trying to like kind of catch up to him or whatever, do the little things that I was doing, it was just a distraction. I
Mhm.
felt like they could do it.
Yeah.
I was very confident in them. So I didn't feel bad about leaving Super because I could see in them that they could do it. Yeah.
Cool. That was a lot in there.